I recorded a lot of hand dry videos this year, but some places were quite busy. The most riskiest one I filmed was the one at Stonehenge Visitor Centre. They have some very unusual Air Fury hand dryers which are recessed into the wall. They're not the normal Air Fury hand dryers that I see as well. However, they work like the normal Air Furies. The air was just as warm and just as powerful. But the visitor centre was quite busy, so I was not comfortable about filming the hand dryers here, as it was so busy. What made it even riskier is that I used a camera and not a phone, because my phone was so slow at turning on, so I couldn't get the phone ready. Luckily, no one said anything or asked me what I was doing. I only filmed one of the hand dryers here because someone else was using the other one. These toilets are always so busy. The toilets here were so busy, in fact, that finding a time when there's no one in there is almost impossible. Now we're going to talk about the hand dryer which is not working properly, and that one is located in Marks and Spencer's, which is inside the Dolphin Shopping Centre in Poole. This hand dryer did work properly back in April 2019, but when it did work it had a high-pitched motor, but now it's not working properly. You might be able to tell in the video. The hand dryer was not the only thing that was broken. One of the disabled cubicles was out of order, and the gents' toilet cubicle was out of order. Not only that, there was a leak in the roof downstairs as well. And speaking of hand dryers which are broken, the Wallgate hand dryer at Abbey's Garden Public Toilets in Winchester, which is in the disabled toilet, has recently broken down. So in November, when I tried to film the hand dryer there, I found out it wasn't working. So I tried to film it again in December, and it still was broken. I'm not sure if they fixed it yet, but I don't think they have. I did do a video of this hand dryer in July when it was working. I was thinking about doing a retake of this hand dryer because the quality of the video was fuzzy, but I found out that the hand dryer had broken down when I tried to do the retake in November. Also, when I filmed this video back in July, the water system in the disabled toilet was broken, so there was no water at all, but that has been fixed now. But the hand dryer has broken, and that's not fixed yet. So one of the best modern hand dryers that I've seen this year is the at.c hand dryers at Southsea Library in Southsea, Portsmouth. The at.c hand dryers here have 4 blue lights. These hand dryers are ultra modern. The hand dryers used to be some initial hand and face dryers, but they were unbranded. One of them had been replaced with a new hand and face dryer. Since then, all the hand dryers were upgraded to the ACT hand dryers, like the ones you can see on the video. They were replaced sometime after March 2019, since the last time we went there. Also, another place that has a ultra modern hand dryer is the Pierhead in Swanage, Dorset. It is a seafood restaurant. This hand dryer is epic, and I like the blue lighting effect on this hand dryer as well. The blue light shows a smiley face which flashes twice and then spins round. This hand dryer is known as a Dryflow Jet Force Junior. Hold on a minute, let's go back. So, I was talking about the busiest places. I forgot to mention about Marks and Spencer's in Hedge End, where they had a Mitsubishi hand dryer, and that was a very busy place as well. The quality of the video was not that great, as it was recorded on my old phone. There were also other hand dryers that I tried to film, like this PHS hand dryer in Southampton General Hospital, but it was switched off. And when it was switched on, this hand dryer did not dry my hands very well, as the air wasn't that powerful. Also, they have installed paper towels here since last year. Another hand dryer which I tried to film this year, in July, was a Air Force hand dryer in Sainsbury's in Wareham, Dorset. This is an old photo from February 2018. I don't know if this hand dryer is still there or not, but I tried to go there in July 2021, but the toilets were out of order. Another hand dryer that I tried to film and it was also in Wareham, Dorset, was an old Yide hand dryer in the King's Arms in Wareham. But this hand dryer has broken. We have been to the King's Arms pub before, but that was in February 2018, and back then the hand dryer was working. One of the best old hand dryers that I've seen this year is the rare Vector non-automatic hand dryer at 10-pin Bowling in Millbrook, Southampton. I used to have older photos and footage of the hand dryers here, but they're sadly lost forever. But thankfully, they did not replace the hand dryer. I was going to film this hand dryer back in August, but for some reason they blocked the disabled toilets when I tried to film this hand dryer. The gents' toilets at 10-pin Bowling had a Airmaster hand dryer which was not that good, and the motor wasn't that good either. That hand dryer had not been there for that long. It replaced a similar hand dryer like that about a year ago, and it also replaced a faulty Newlec hand and face dryer which had a bad motor. And that video was recorded back in June 2019. Now the changes of these hand dryers shocked me. They were changed to Heiko Hurricane hand dryers. These were located in Cafe Aroma, Shirley High Street in Shirley, Southampton. The last time we went into Cafe Aroma in Shirley High Street, Shirley, Southampton was February 2019. Sometime in the past year the whole cafe has been refurbished. The cafe itself was only a few years old and they've already refurbished it. They even refurbished the toilets and changed the hand dryers. The previous hand dryers were better than the current ones. They got rid of the Max Blast hand dryer in the unisex toilet, and they got rid of the unbranded brush chrome hand dryer in the disabled toilet. Anyway, here are the old videos of the hand dryers at Cafe Aroma, Shirley High Street, Shirley, Southampton in February 2019. The Max Blast was more powerful and louder than the Heiko Hurricane hand dryer. And so was the unbranded one, but it was less powerful than the Max Blast. But the air was warmer on this hand dryer as well. I don't get why they had to replace both hand dryers with the Heiko Hurricane hand dryers. In October I saw some Posh hand dryers, which I believe are Frank hand dryers, but I didn't know what the name of it was until I looked it up. These hand dryers were located in Winchester Library and Discovery Centre in Winchester. And this one is located in the downstairs disabled toilet. These hand dryers are similar to the Air Fury hand dryers. It has the blue light and the air is just as warm, however they are not as powerful or loud. And this is in the upstairs disabled toilet. However, the downstairs gents toilet has a Dyson V hand dryer, which possibly replaced one of these Posh hand dryers. The air was much quicker to dry my hands, and the air was cooler. The air was like a blade. Also, this was not the only place where I saw Frank hand dryers. The other place which I saw a Frank hand dryer was a place called the Wafflemeister in Salisbury, which is basically a dessert shop. However, the Frank hand dryer here was not as posh and it did not dry my hands that well, but it does have that blue light. But this hand dryer was quiet and the air was warm, which makes up for the slow airflow. Another hand dryer which was very quiet but didn't dry my hands that well was the vintage Red Ring hand dryer at Christchurch. This is located in the cafe at the church. This is the extension part. This hand dryer is old and it works very well, despite the fact that this hand dryer takes a long time to dry my hands. Still, the Red Ring Electronic TD1 hand dryer is very rare and very hard to find. Now I'm going to talk about the worst hand dryer that I've seen and used this year. There were a lot of bad hand dryers that I used this year, but the worst one that I used this year was the unbranded hand dryer, which is located at the Platform Tavern in Southampton. First of all, this hand dryer was very slow at drying my hands, and the air was cold. The air should have been warmer. I have seen this type of hand dryer before, but the air on the other hand dryers like this type of hand dryer was warmer. Also, I'm not sure what this hand dryer replaced, as it's the first time we both went here. But my dad has been here before, but that was years ago. Now I'm going to talk about the loudest hand dryers So there's two I'm going to talk about. The first one is the Abyss hand dryer, which is located in the Rising Sun pub in Winchester. This hand dryer is so loud, and it's got a blue light as well. It's louder than an accelerator. The other loudest hand dryer was the Ostley hand dryer, which was located at Costa Coffee, Cowes, Isle of Wight. Even though the air was warm, this hand dryer was too loud and too powerful, and this was located in the disabled toilet. It's not a good thing if the hand dryer is too powerful. The unisex toilet, however, has an Air Fury hand dryer, which is not as loud or as powerful. Still pretty loud, but not too loud. And it was still pretty powerful as well. I don't know which one came first, or they were both installed at the same time. I'm not sure if that was the case. Since the Costa Coffee in Cowes, Isle of Wight has only been there for a few years. Now, speaking of Costa Coffee, the one in Above Bar, Southampton, which I went to back in August 2021. But this Costa Coffee has recently closed. In December, I found out on Google Maps that it had permanently closed, which kind of shocked me because it has only been there for a few years. Back in April 2018, this hand dryer was originally an Air Fury Lover Air hand dryer. Then in August 2021, I found out that this hand dryer has been replaced with a newer Air Fury, which is just like the Air Fury Lover Air. However, this Costa is now closed. There were two toilets downstairs, but sadly, I never filmed the hand dryers in the downstairs toilets. They probably would have had Air Fury hand dryers anyway. There are some rare hand dryers at the Waterside Surgery in Hythe, Hampshire. The disabled toilet had a rare Alpine hand dryer, which did not dry my hands that well. This isn't the first time that I saw this Alpine hand dryer. I have seen this type of hand dryer with other brand names, but it's rare to find this type of hand dryer's brand name as Alpine. But the unisex toilets has a very rare X-Belair XHD 100 hand dryer. X-Belair usually makes fans instead of hand dryers. This hand dryer is actually similar to the Red Ring AD01 hand dryer, which did not dry my hands that well. It's a very similar shape as well, except that it looks different. This is what the Red Ring AD01 hand dryer looks like, and this hand dryer is located in Bradbeer's department store in Romsey, Hampshire. The Red Ring AD01 hand dryer is still pretty rare, but it's more common than the X-Belair XHD 100 hand dryer. Both of these hand dryers look the same, but the airflow and temperature is pretty much the same. The best hand dryer duo that I've seen this year is the Blue Dry and the Wallgate Smart Dry hand dryers, which are located at the Beefeater in Basingstoke. It's a bit unusual to find both of these hand dryers together. They are both very modern as well. What is weird is that the Blue Dry hand dryer has very warm air and the Smart Dry hand dryer has cold air. And the Blue Dry hand dryer is also more powerful and louder. There is also a PHS Ultra Dry in the disabled toilet here as well, but I didn't film that hand dryer, and that is because of a faulty door lock. This means that I cannot lock the door in the disabled toilet. Now I'm going to talk about the hand dryers which I filmed in places that I'm not meant to be in. The first place was one of the toilets at Hythe Marina, Hythe, Hampshire. There are two silver hand dryers in here. These toilets, however, are not open to the public. They are usually locked and have a code on them, as they're for the marina use only. However, in April 2021, there was one day that they were left unlocked for some reason, which means that I could get into it. The chance of that happening is very slim, because these toilets are usually locked. The other place is located near Ashlock Creek, and these toilets are mainly used for the sailing club only. Because it was only the gents' toilets that was unlocked, and the toilet block was near a public footpath anyway, so I decided to use these toilets and film the hand dryer as well. But I shouldn't have been in there, because these toilets are not used by the public. Also, the wall looks like it's in a terrible state. So this is the end of the long hand dryer video, and hopefully 2022 will be a better year.